Hey guys, what is going on? Sorry for the little delay there, but we are back. Week 2 NFL recap and reaction. So another Giants loss. You know, I'm just kind of used to it at this point. But we're going to talk about all the games this week. But we have to start out with that Washington football team versus Giants game because that was Thursday Night Football. So that's what we got to start out with. We're going to go in like chronological order here, I guess, until I forget one of the games like I usually do and then have to go back. So for this game, I predicted the Giants to win this game by 1 point. But I was wrong. They lost by 1 point. So my prediction was kind of close. But what's going on, Jordan? What's going on, Jared? What's going on, Anthony? Yeah, Jordan, it's been some crazy good football. So basically the Giants just made too many mistakes in this game. The defense was bad, confusing because the defense was supposed to be good. This was probably one of Daniel Jones' best games. So that's a positive. I'm hoping they can put it all together versus Atlanta, but Taylor Heineke, like this dude, I don't know, this dude always is able to make it happen somehow. What's going on, Bears Fury? What's going on, Jacob? Yeah, Jacob, that was a tough loss. Too many mistakes here for the Giants, and just you guys saw my reaction to this game. I think that sums it up pretty well. So we can just move on because I don't want to talk about this game anymore. I literally that game brutal, just brutal. I don't know how many like heartbreaking losses I can handle from the Giants because there's been so many in the past 4 years. Next game, we got the Browns versus the Texans. And this game was honestly closer than I expected. Tyrod Taylor unfortunately had to leave this game with a hamstring injury. Yeah, Brian, Giants are playing the Falcons this week, and I know they had a close score there with the Tampa Bay Bucs. So, hey King Higgins, what's going on? Yeah, it was brutal. I can't even lie, but you guys got a nice win. What's going on, Albert? Yeah, exactly. I want to talk about Tyrod Taylor, Brian. I'm going to talk about Tyrod Taylor in a second, but like exactly what you're saying, I totally agree with. What's going on, Michael? So basically, this game was like tied, I think, going into halftime, and then then Tyrod Taylor like left the game, and then Davis Mills had to come in, and that's basically where it went off the rails for Houston in this game. And then Nick Chubb got like some Nick Chubb type runs. But I feel so bad for Tyrod Taylor because he played well week 1 and he played well again in this game until he got hurt and then he had to come out. But like I hope this doesn't continue the trend of like Tyrod Taylor being replaced by rookie quarterbacks. Like remember when he was with the Browns, he got injured, then Baker came in and he never got the starting job back. And then with the Chargers, he got his lung punctured by the doctor and then never started again because Justin Herbert was playing really well. And now he gets injured, and then Davis Mills comes in. And I hope this isn't the last time we see Tyrod Taylor this season because he was playing so well. And honestly, I think this Texans team is a lot better than people expected. Well, myself, like I didn't expect the Texans to be this good. I mean, they were competitive with one of the best teams in the league. What's going on, TN Autographs? Yeah, the Tar Heels game was so much fun. It was actually so funny because Hakeem Nicks was there, and Hakeem Nicks was like my first favorite Giants player. So I thought that was really funny how Hakeem Nicks was at the game I went to. I have an exciting announcement that I'm going to do like at the end of this live stream. Very exciting announcement, like big live stream tomorrow. Big live stream tomorrow, guys. So stay tuned for that because there's going to be a really big live stream tomorrow at 8 p.m. So the next game we got here is the Rams versus the Colts. So this game we had another quarterback get injured, Carson Wentz, and I feel like there was a lot of injuries this week. Rams won this one 27-24, but the thing is, the Colts were able to move the ball on this Rams defense. When Carson Wentz was in, the Colts were actually able to move the ball down the field if you think about it, the game might have come down to like that first drive, I think it was, where the Colts weren't able to get it in on fourth down. They like ran the play, they ran the ball with Jonathan Taylor 3 times, and then the fourth down play, I think they ran with Jonathan Taylor again, and he didn't get in. That Rams game, honestly, Cooper Kupp went crazy. Like, I need to look at his stats for this game because he went off in this game. Cooper Kupp had 9 receptions, 163 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I mean, he was catching deep balls, wide receiver screens. He was just feasting on. And like the Rams offense is what won them this game. But I'll say this: the Rams defense, they definitely bent. They definitely bent in this game, but they did not break. They definitely bent. Carson Wentz was definitely moving the ball against this team. But now, unfortunately, he has 2 sprained ankles. Both of his ankles are sprained. I don't really know how that happened, but that's so unfortunate because he was playing well versus this team. Yeah, I know he had an interception, but this Colts offense was able to move the ball down the field. So I will say that. That's like a positive for the Colts. I know they're 0-2, but Brian says, as a Rams fan, that game pisses me off. Rams should have ran away with how they were playing. Too many mistakes. Yeah. I mean, the offense looks great. The defense, I know Stafford had the interception, but the defense was definitely letting the Colts move the ball against them. I think Cooper Kupp could have like a 200-yard game this year. I don't know when, but he could have a 200-yard game. I mean, him and Matt Stafford seem to have like a great connection. I think he's Matt Stafford's like favorite guy to go to. I mean, he had 9 receptions. He had 9 receptions yesterday. Yeah, I don't know how you have 2 sprained ankles. Like, how do you walk comfortably? Like, that's brutal. I feel bad for Carson. Next game we got, this is another quarterback injury game. Is the Dolphins game, another quarterback injury, which stinks. Brutal. Bills won this one 35-0. I thought the Dolphins had a chance to win this game, but that was before Tua got hurt. I don't think it's anything serious for Tua, which is good. Oh, Tiana Autograph says Colts double team Aaron Donald all game. Once his ankle got bent back a little as he was getting tackled, but was it both of them? Like, that's nuts how it was both. The Bills won this game by a lot. Tua went down early in this game. It looks like his ribs are going to be okay. Like, hopefully just bruised and stuff. What's going on, Sean? But the Bills, I was happy because they didn't overuse Josh Allen this game. They were able to establish a run game. They almost had as many rushing yards as they had passing yards. Like, thank God they were able to run for over 100 yards, establish that run game. Like, they have to get into the groove of running the ball because you can't have Josh Allen throwing the ball 50 times every week in a 17-game season. You just can't do that. Yeah, I hope Tua is okay. It looks like it's not going to be super serious. Yeah, Josh Allen, I'll be honest, like, he didn't play well. I mean, it wasn't terrible. Let's look at his stats. I know he didn't throw the ball a ton, but yeah, he was 17-33, 179 yards, 2 interceptions, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. But I can't complain because at least they only had him throw the ball 33 times. You know what I'm saying? This is a 180 camera. So like they were able to run the ball more, and I'm just like, okay, you got to give Josh Allen the break. You got to give Josh Allen the break. Like, he was just throwing the ball so much first game. I know he's not looking like the same Josh Allen from last year, but at least he's not throwing the ball more than 50 times. Like, a win is a win. And I don't know, hopefully Josh Allen gets it figured out. But the Dolphins defense is good. I'll say that. So, another game here that was a blowout. Patriots versus the Jets. So, yes, Patriots won this one 25-6. Jets didn't score a touchdown in their home opener. I know some Jets fans are upset. This is the thing. Yeah, Bills defense played really well too. But I mean, and then again, Tua wasn't in the game. But I'm not going to take anything away from the Bills defense. This is the thing with this game. Zach Wilson did not play well. He really didn't. He had 4 interceptions. His first 2 passes were interceptions. The second interception he threw wasn't that bad. The backup quarterback is Brissett for the Dolphins. Hey, what's going on, Owen? The backup, not the backup, sorry. The second interception wasn't terrible. It kind of went through the receiver's hands. The first one, he had a defender running straight at him, and he just made a bad decision and like threw it in the middle of the field. But the other two, the last two interceptions were like really bad. They like were not good. Honestly, I think the pressure, not the pressure, like external pressures of like New York and the NFL, but I think the physical pressure on the field, like the defender's pressure is getting to Zach Wilson. He got sacked 6 times in his first game. And there were still a lot of defenders running at him this game. Remember, Mekhi Becton is going to be out for a little bit. So, like, I think the pressure is really getting to Zach Wilson on the field, just consistently having to run around back there and avoid sacks. So I think that's honestly making him play worse. I mean, he was 19 of 33, 210 yards and 4 interceptions. Like, that's not good. Mac Jones, he was 22 of 30. He had 186 yards. He didn't throw a touchdown or anything. It was really a lot of field goals for the Patriots. The run game was working. Honestly, the Jets defense didn't play terrible. I have to say that the Jets defense didn't play terrible. It was really Zach Wilson. Yeah, Mac Jones, he like really didn't do much this game. He really didn't. What's going on, Jarvis? Let's go to the next game here. What do we got next? Oh, we got the San Francisco Eagles game. This was an interesting game. This was a weird game, I feel. 49ers won this one 17-11. Like, that's such a weird score. 17-11. Like, that's a weird score. Listen, I think Jalen Hurts is playing pretty well this season. Like, I'm honestly impressed with Jalen Hurts. I know he didn't have the best stats for this game, but the way Jalen Hurts is throwing the ball down the field, like they're not afraid in Philly to throw the ball down the field, and I think that's huge. What's going on, Jason? Like they're not afraid to throw the ball down the field in Philly. Like, yeah, I know he didn't complete a lot of those long passes, but they were close. He was forcing the defender to make a play. Like, the balls were right there. Yeah, exactly. Like, Hurts had like a bunch of like he had that really nice pass to, who was it, Watkins, I think, almost a touchdown there. But 49ers are the better team on paper, and they just won this game. They were able to do what they had to do late in this game. I mean, San Francisco scored 10 points in the fourth quarter. So, after only scoring 7 in the first half and none in the third quarter. So, I don't know. I'm telling you guys, I think the Eagles are playing well this year. They're really surprising me. Next game we're going to talk about is, this is a good one. Raiders and the Steelers. So if you're a Raiders fan, this is some promising stuff right here. Raiders 26, Steelers 17. So we saw what this Steelers defense did to Josh Allen week 1, right? Which team do I think will stay undefeated the longest? As of right now, I kind of want to say the Buccaneers, to be honest. Like, they don't have a very difficult schedule, I feel. Steelers, we saw what that defense did versus Josh Allen and the Bills, right? They were really able to shut down that Bills offense. But Derek Carr is playing well, guys. Derek Carr is playing well. I think Henry Ruggs is going to have like a much better sophomore season than his rookie season. I know he had high hopes his rookie season, a lot of expectations. Maybe didn't live up to those expectations, but I think he's going to have a really, really good sophomore season because Derek Carr is throwing the ball down the field. He was 28 of 37 with 382 yards and 2 touchdowns. Henry Ruggs had 113 yards and a touchdown. And I feel like the best throw from Carr that game was the last touchdown to Ruggs just to seal the game. He had a defender coming unblocked right at him from the side, and he just stepped into this deep throw and touchdown. It like sealed the game. And I think it's so impressive what the Raiders did versus this Steelers defense, because we know the Steelers defense is so good. And the Raiders defense is doing what it has to do. Like the refs aren't. There was a lot of bad calls this week. But listen, the Raiders defense is doing what it has to do. I feel like they were the most questionable part of this team. So what's going on, Big Play Slay? I saw with Derek Carr, he's questionable, but I think he is going to play. It was his ankle, I think. But they think he's going to play this week. Next game we got is Denver versus I think why can't I talk? Guys, announcement I'm gonna make at the end of this video. I just want to finish going through the scores, but then I have a really cool announcement for tomorrow. Tomorrow's live stream is gonna be really cool. So Broncos 23, Jaguars. Oops, I spelled Jaguars wrong. 2 A's by accident. Jaguars 13. So Trevor Lawrence, he had a good start to this game. His first drive was really good. Oh my God, is this real? Is this a real stat? Go 10. Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence are the first players since Nathan Peterman to throw 5 interceptions in their first career starts. Really? Yeah. I'll say this. Trevor Lawrence, I thought he looked good in the first drive, but then he was just too comfortable, like throwing it into double coverage and stuff and kind of forcing the ball. A lot of passes that like I wouldn't want a quarterback to make, throwing it into double coverage, just really throwing it where the defenders were. Teddy B, what a day for Teddy B. Teddy B and Courtland Sutton. Teddy B, 328 yards and 2 touchdowns. Courtland Sutton, 159 yards on 9 receptions. Like Courtland Sutton coming back from the ACL injury, just balled out. Yeah, I don't know. Trevor Lawrence hasn't looked great. I will say that. Like, I know he's on the Jaguars, but I will say he hasn't looked great. What's going on? LA Lou, first and only member on the channel. If you guys want to be a member, there's member live streams every member only live streams every month. So you also get some cool emojis and stuff and like a little badge. So if you it's next to the subscribe button if you're interested in that, but I just thought I'd say that. But yeah, Teddy B is out here, and he's throwing some nice deep balls. I will say that Teddy B like dropped a few dimes. I will say that. The Denver Broncos are 2-0. Next game we got is Minnesota versus Arizona. This was another weird game. We got the Vikings losing to the Cardinals on a missed field goal. Again, Cardinals 34, Vikings 33. The Cardinals stay undefeated. And Kyler Murray, he had 2 interceptions in this game, but he bounced back in a big way. Did I miss the Bears game? No, I don't think I missed the oh yeah, I still have to do the Bears game, but I'm going to come back to that. Broncos are going to be 3-0, but they have to play no one, honestly. Yeah, so Kyler Murray, he had 2 interceptions in this game, but he really bounced back. Like, when you he threw for 400 yards in this game. Like, when you throw for 400 yards in a game, you could almost afford to throw 2 interceptions. He had 3 touchdowns. What really surprised me in this game was the fact that the Cardinals defense couldn't get any pressure really on Kirk Cousins. They had 1 sack, and the offensive line for the Vikings played really bad. New member. This is the first time this is happening in a live stream. Jeremy, what is going on? Thank you, Jeremy, for becoming a member. Let's go. I didn't even realize it did this. This is the first time it happened. This is so cool. Thank you, Jeremy. Wow, that's so cool. I never even realized it did that. That's so cool. It's literally this is the first time this is happening to me. I appreciate you, Jeremy. And they got Chandler Jones had like 5 sacks last week, but they could only get 1 sack on Kirk Cousins. Like I don't know how they didn't get more pressure on him, more sacks. I thought the defense should have done more for the Cardinals in that game, but they didn't. Kyler is on my fantasy, might be MVP. Yeah. He could be. He's definitely an early MVP candidate because he is playing out of his mind right now. He really is. Let's go to the Bears versus Bengals game. This game was weird. This game was weird because the final score basically does not show what this game was like. So the Bears win this one 20-17. Bears 20, Bengals 17. Boom. So this game was like kind of not close in the fourth quarter. Oh my God. Jeremy, thank you. That was so unnecessary. Cowboys fan here, but I'm a big fan of yours. You keep it real. You're a great video maker. Thank you so much, Jeremy. That is so unnecessary, but I totally appreciate it. Jeremy with the super chat and the membership. Like, wow. Jeremy is really the MVP out here tonight. We're going to talk about the Cowboys game soon. And also, guys, I have an announcement at the end of this video, so you really want to stay tuned for it. I just want to get through the scores. But yeah, I have an announcement that is awesome. I think you guys are really going to like at the end of this video. So stay tuned for that because I'm so excited. It's about a live stream tomorrow night, and we got a really cool guest coming on, and it's going to be awesome. So it's like a conversation I'm so excited to have. But thank you, Jeremy. So Joe Burrow basically threw 3 interceptions in a row in the fourth quarter. One of them was really because of the pressure, because of the O-line. But then the final score ended up being 20-17. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Bengals had like 3 points at one. No, they had 3 points at one point in the fourth quarter. They were down, like 20-3 at one point in the fourth quarter? Is that right? Bears Fury, is that right? Like, you watched this game, I'm sure, right? The Bengals were down 20-3 at one point. Bears Fury says Justin Fields looked good besides rookie mistakes. Interception, Bears defense looked great. Santos, most consecutive field goals made in Bears history in a row. Yeah, like I think Justin Fields played good except for that interception. Yeah, like that interception kind of set up the Bengals to get those points. But like Justin Fields, I don't think was ready to start that game. I mean, not that he wasn't ready to start, but he wasn't expecting to start that game because obviously Andy Dalton started, but then he got injured. What's going on, Maxie? But yeah, like this game was like, yeah, wait, here it is right here. Fourth quarter, the score was 20-3. The score was 20-3 with 5 minutes left, and the final score was 20-17. It was like it came down to like the score got that close just at the end of the game. Yeah, the score was literally 20-3 at one point in the fourth quarter, which is crazy. But yeah, Joe Burrow had 3 interceptions back to back. Next game we're going to talk about is another weird one. Carolina versus New Orleans. Like, what happened in this game? Guys, what happened? Panthers won this one 26-7. Jameis kind of looked like Jameis. Not like the Jameis we saw week 1. And I will say this. I really feel like Jameis was trying to force the ball down the field because Alvin Kamara did not get going. And I felt like Alvin Kamara was a huge part of Jameis not having to force the ball down the field because, you know, he'd get going in the run game. He's a great pass catcher. Alvin Kamara, where is the rushing numbers here? I have to find his stats because he was not even averaging a yard per carry. Alvin Kamara, he had that was his receptions. He had 8 carries for 5 yards. Like, Alvin Kamara could not get going. And I think that kind of affected how Jameis played. He had 2 interceptions, and they were interceptions where he was just throwing the ball down the field like how he used to do it. They weren't good interceptions. But he did have a rushing touchdown. And it's so weird, though, because the Saints beat the Packers by so much week 1, and the Panthers didn't beat the Jets by, like, that much. And now the Panthers come out here and beat the Saints by so much. Like it's weird, right? It's like weird. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, Panthers look surprisingly good, like really good. I was definitely surprised by that game. Next game we're gonna talk about Atlanta versus Tampa Bay. Let's do this one. Tampa Bay stays undefeated. Bucs 48. Falcons 25. So I will say this. This game was close in the fourth quarter. It was actually close, but the whole story of this game was just Tom Brady being from another planet. Like, he threw for 276 yards and 5 touchdowns. Like, what? Like, Brady was just, how do you do that at that age? What's going on, Edward? Yeah, Brady went off. I mean, this game was kind of close heading into the fourth quarter, right? But fourth quarter, Brady's like, oh, let me just throw 3 touchdown passes because I have to, because I can. So I don't know. Brady is playing like nuts. Brady is making this team better. It's not like necessarily the defense that's winning games. It's Brady. Next game we got is this Dallas Chargers game. Cowboys won this one on a crazy long field goal. I did a reaction to this one, guys. Oh, it's almost time for the announcement. I only have 2 more games after this one to go over. So stay tuned for the announcement, guys. I'm going to go through these quick. Cowboys 20, Chargers 17. Herbert 2 interceptions. The officiating in this game was kind of weird, but I don't blame losses on the officiating. But Cowboys offense did it, and the Cowboys defense did what it needed to do. It created turnovers. They picked off Justin Herbert twice, and that's what they needed to do to win this game. They needed to get the ball back in Dak's hands. Tony Pollard had a game. Like, he really did. And it stinks because the Chargers lose another close one. Like, you know, we've seen how many times the Chargers lost close games last season. You think they overcame it, you know, the week 1. You think they overcame like losing those close games week 1 after they beat the Washington football team, but then they lose this one. I mean, that was a really clutch kick. Like, I can't even lie. What was that, like 50-something yards for the win? Like, that was an awesome clutch field goal. Unlike the Vikings field goal. Next game, Titans versus Seahawks, and then the Sunday night game, and then the announcement. Okay, yay! I'm excited to make the announcement, guys. Titans 33, Seahawks 30. So this was a surprising game because the Seahawks seemed like they were in control of this game for a while. But the thing is this, Derrick Henry, he just wears you down. It seems like he gets better as the game goes on because he just wears defenses down. Like, he may start out a little slow, right? But then he just wears defenses down because they just keep running it and keep running it. He had 182 yards and 3 touchdowns. Raphael, thank you for the super chat. Raphael says, Bucs versus Rams is going to be a banger. Yeah, it's going to be lit. Oh, yeah, the taunting penalties are horrific. Thank you, Raphael, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Tyler Lockett had another crazy game, 178 yards, 1 touchdown. And Julio was a 100-yard game, 128 yards. Yeah, we're going to talk about the Sunday Night Football game next. But these defenses, like, you know, they're not that great. The Seahawks defense just, like, collapsed on this team, really. I mean, the Titans had 2 unanswered touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and then they kicked the field goal in overtime to win. So, yeah, the Seahawks defense kind of lost in this game. What's going on, Athletics? Next game we got here is the Sunday Night Football game, and then it's time for the announcement. What's going on, Commissioner? Next game we got is the Sunday night game, which was amazing. This game was amazing. Ravens win this one 36-35 versus the Chiefs. Lamar, he finally beats the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. And honestly, Lamar put the team on his back in the fourth quarter. He was what allowed them to win because the Chiefs defense could not stop him. Because when Lamar runs, he's so slippery. It's so hard to tackle him. And I loved the call to go. Yes, and I do know the San Francisco 49ers. Oh my God. Darrell Henderson has a rib cartilage injury. What does that even mean? Oh, that stings. Because he was playing well. He had like a bunch of yards and a touchdown. I love the call to go for it on 4th down. I love how John Harbaugh, why can't I talk? John Harbaugh asked, okay, still didn't pronounce it right. Why can't I just talk right now? Why is it like a tongue twister all of a sudden? Asked Lamar, do you want to go for it? And he said yes. And then QB sneak or QB draw, get the first down. I loved it. I loved the aggressive play calling. I did a live reaction to that game if you want to see my reaction to all of that craziness in the moment, the fumble and everything. And now it's time for the announcement. Are you guys ready for the announcement? Because it's a live stream. This is my announcement about the live stream tomorrow. So tomorrow night, it's going to be a live stream at 8 p.m. on here, and Tony Grimes is going to be coming on. He's a cornerback at University of North Carolina. I'm going to be doing like a little interview with him on the live stream here. He was the number one cornerback coming out of high school. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be really awesome. Live stream, just like, like talk to a player and kind of pick their brain and just like, gain football knowledge, I guess. LA Lou, thank you for the super chat. LA Lou says the Rams D has me nervous. They are bend don't break, and I think Brady might carve us up. I hope the Rams D improves with time. Yeah, I mean, they definitely are bend don't break. You can win games bending and not breaking when you have an offense like that. So I will say that. But we'll see what happens. I do think Brady is going to play really well. So guys, be here tomorrow night 8 p.m. I'm super excited. I think it's going to be a really fun live stream. I really do. So yeah, 8 p.m. on here. I feel like what else do I gotta say about it? Yeah, I don't know. That's it. Like, it should be really cool. This is like the first time we're having a player on here, so I think it's gonna be really fun. 8 p.m. tomorrow. Tony Grimes, UNC cornerback, is going to be on the channel live stream, little interview, just talking with him and stuff about his season. They just won versus Virginia, and about like, playing cornerback and stuff. So yeah, I guess that is it for this live stream, guys. Hope to see you guys at 8 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. It's Eastern time, 8 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, because I'm super excited for that. It should be a fun one. Yeah, I guess that is it, guys. Unless anyone has any more fun announcements or anything. I'm gonna do it's only 7:14. Oh, I'm gonna do a reaction now to the Monday Night Football game once it starts in like an hour. So everyone enjoy the game tonight. Yeah, stay tuned for that live stream. Stay tuned for the live reaction tonight. And yeah, guys, I guess that's it. I feel like I should eat dinner before the game. Just thinking out loud here. Yeah, Brian, I saw that Galladay said he was yelling at Garrett and not Jones, which I think that's true. Yeah, it looked like Garrett was right in the corner of the screen, like right towards the edge. So yeah, all right, guys, appreciate you all. And yeah, thank you for checking out the channel. Appreciate all the support. Like, as always, you guys make this possible. You guys make the live streams possible. You guys make the channel possible. You guys make all this possible. So appreciate you all very, very, very much. Like, I feel like I don't say that enough. Like, you guys are all the best. You guys really are. So appreciate you all. And that is it. Peace out, guys.